What's good, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I said that this is the YouTube series for the culture, and what would the culture be without hip-hop? So today I'm joined by a very special guest, very old friend of mine, good friend of mine, known rapper, Mr. Seth Malik. How you doing, bro?
How you doing, bro? It's been a minute.
It's been a long time, man.
A long time, bro.
How you
Glad
doing?
you got me on the show. I'm good. I'm good. How you doing?
I'm good. Glad to have you here.
Good.
So today we're gonna go into depth about Seth's EP, In My Mind, which came out in September of 2018. An amazing project. I don't know too many rappers, but the ones that I do know, they haven't put something together as complete and just as good as this project, man. The whole vibe and feel to it is dope. Very well put together, and so we're just going to get into some of the tracks that I thought stood out to me, and we're going to get to know you a little bit more. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. At the end, make sure you're sharing this video. And today, the shirt or the hoodie that I have on rather is made by Unities. It is their I Love My People hoodie. And I got it from a store in Philly. Some of you follow me on social media will probably remember my post about a store called The Movement up in Philly, I believe on Germantown Ave. I'll put the links in the description below for how you can find out, get to their website, get to their social media. An amazing brand. The Movement is an amazing store. Have a lot of black-owned apparel brands that you can buy from. So with all that said, now we're just gonna get right into it. Bro, so first question I got for you, how did you decide to go by the name Seth Malik? Is there some meaning to that name?
Yeah. Let's give you a little backdrop. So, of course, my name is Seth. My middle name is Malik, so it was kind of easy for me. At first, when I first started rapping, I used to call myself SM, just for Seth Malik, but it was abbreviated. But when I started getting real into it when I was 17, I needed a name that would stick out. You feel me? I needed a name that when somebody heard me rap, you'd be like, okay, this is Seth Malik. This is him. This is, you feel me? So got about 17, I really started picking up the pen, and I was just going through names. I started thinking J. Cole, okay, that stuck.
Okay.
Kendrick Lamar, you know what I mean? Powerful, sticks. Nas, Nasir, sticks.
Yeah.
Jay-Z, Hov, sticks.
Gotcha.
So I didn't have to look far because my name was already powerful. Seth was the third son of Adam and Eve, if you believe in the Bible or whatever. And it also was an ancient Egyptian deity, Seth.
Okay.
God. Yeah.
Okay.
So when I seen that, I was like, okay, I like the first beginning. And then I went to Malik. I didn't really know too much backdrop on my middle name, but I do know it's from a Muslim descent. So then I looked that up, and then the Malik means king, chosen king.
Okay.
So Seth, the meaning was like I'm chosen for, you know what I mean, to do a certain thing, and Malik means king, so I just put it together, chosen king. But a lot of people don't know that.
That's dope, man.
Yeah.
I dig that. So you said you started taking it seriously at 17. So what artists were influencing you at that time, or still do right now?
I think my favorite artist of all time was J. Cole. He came around the time when I was like, I think 16, 15, when I was his first mixtape. And since then, man, he's changed my life so much. So he was definitely the driving force. But of course, I had to, you know what I mean, take it back to the 90s. Nas, Hov, Jay-Z, Biggie,
Absolutely.
Pop, all them influenced me. The Roots was a big influence. Outkast.
You really can't be a rapper and not be influenced by those guys.
Yeah, if you're a good, if you're a good,
exactly.
You gotta know. You gotta do your history. You gotta know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, who was there before, so to make hip hop what it is today. So yeah, that I started taking it seriously at 17. And also, a lot of people don't know that my brother used to rap. He was the first one that rapped, and he's the one that got me into rapping. Because I used to just be a producer when I was younger. I've been producing since I was like, I don't know, like 5. So I've been, it's been a long time. I would make the beats and he would rap. So he's the one that got me into rapping. I heard him and I was like, I can do this too. Like, let's get it done.
He kind of influenced you.
Definitely. He was a better rapper at first. Like I guess he just stopped and it was history from there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what is, if there is one, what would you say is the overall theme of this project?
Okay, so A little bit of backdrop on that. I had been trying to make a project since I was 17, but I'm a perfectionist, so
Yeah.
everything I was doing, it didn't sound right to me. I wanted to get my sound. That was my big thing. Like, I need to have my own sound. I didn't want to sound like Drake. I didn't want to sound like J. Cole. I didn't want to sound like
You want to be unique, stand out.
I want to sound like Seth Malik. So I just been doing music here and there, not releasing it. My boys been telling me to releasing it. My friends, yo, you gotta release it. You tough. Stuff like that. But I never did. And then this whole project was based on basically my brother. A couple weeks before he died, we had been chopping it up, and he was just telling me like, "Look, bro, like you got it. Like you need to pursue what you got." And then I was telling him like, "Look, it ain't popped off yet. I'm 23. Like I gotta get my mind focused. A couple years I'll be 25, and then it's downward from there. Like I gotta go." But he was like,
kind of now or never moment.
Exactly, that's what it was. Now or never moment. But he was like, "Nah, I'm telling you, bro. Like I don't want to hear. I don't care nothing what you're saying. I need you to do the music." Unfortunately, he passed away a couple weeks later, and that is what really drove the whole EP. Him. It was dedicated to him. So that whole sound of me being in my mind, that's what it basically is. I'm in my mind, but I'm expressing.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? What's going on in my head?
Right. You're getting all of that out.
Yeah. Exactly.
I feel you on that. Well, I just want to say again, sorry for your loss, bro.
Appreciate it.
And I definitely feel like I could feel the passion and the emotion from the loss of your brother through the album or through the EP. You channeled it into something, and then something great came from it. So I personally think that he'd definitely be proud of you.
Yeah,
because it's an amazing project.
Thank you.
And the first song I want to get into was OMM, which is On My Mind, I believe stands for. So
Out of my mind, but yeah.
Out of my mind, sorry. So in that track you say, climbing to some higher heights, I'm searching for what's been missing. What exactly did you mean by that? What did you feel like was missing, and is that still missing in your life?
Basically, so let me give you some backdrop on Out of My Mind. Out of My Mind was supposed to be my first single of my debut project before I put In My Mind out. I had recorded this 2 years prior at my brother's house, Oscar Zulo, which before I want to say anything, he is one of the biggest reasons why this project sounds so quality and it sounds so good. He did every production on the album, every cut, with a little help from me, just you know what I mean? But he did everything, mixing, he got my vocals right. He is the guy. You're not anything without your producer.
Absolutely.
That's the main thing as an artist you should know. You're not anything without your producer. He is the guy that helped me drive this. He helped me let me record it for free. Like that's my brother. Like without him, I wouldn't be there. So I recorded that song about 2 years ago at his house, and I think that might have been the first song he heard me do, where it was like, yo, you can really take this.
He
like,
saw something.
Yeah, he's been telling me that, but that's the first song he was like, yo, together we can take this somewhere. Like that's it. And Out of My Mind it's just basically what it is. I'm in my head. I want to get out of my mind. I'm out of my mind.
Got you.
So
Okay.
That bar, I like that you brought up that bar though. I was searching for something that was missing. I feel like I went through life and you get that feeling like, what am I here for? What is my purpose?
Okay.
I'm climbing to higher heights as I get older, as I get wiser. I'm still searching for what I think is missing since I've been younger. So that's basically what that was. I'm climbing to higher heights.
I think we all kind of go through that. I think I can attest to that as well. I think before creating YouTube and all that, I wanted to know, like you said, what am I here for? You know, you're trying to look for a purpose. I feel like I found that through YouTube. You think you found that through music, and that's always important for somebody to find their identity, find who they are, what it is their purpose is while they're here on this earth. The next song I want to get into is the track Between Friends. So what exactly, I thought it was a real interesting line, like, again, great song, but what exactly does Between Friends mean?
Okay, so this is another song. A couple of these songs I had already written a couple years prior. I couldn't find the nicks and, you know what I mean, to get what I really wanted to make the song stand out. And when I met up with Joey, Oscar Julo, he's the one that, you know what I mean, pushed me again. So Between Friends is basically, it's right there in front of you. I'm between friends.
Okay.
So when I wrote this song, I was in between who I thought who my real friends were.
Okay.
So I was losing people, I was gaining people, I was in between friends. People were telling me lies, people were telling me truths. I didn't know what to believe. I was in between friends, and that's basically what it is.
So the next song, You. Was this inspired by a real life relationship? My favorite line, probably maybe on the whole project, man. You said, "Why did you lie to me? I kept it more than 100. You just divided me."
Right.
So I thought that was probably your dopest bar. So was this inspired by a real life relationship, and how did that collaboration come together on this song?
Yeah, definitely. Most everything that I write about is definitely what I've been through. I don't usually write about experience I don't go through. You feel me?
Right.
That's how I get in touch with myself and how the songs come out, how they are.
Putting your life into it.
Exactly. It was inspired by a real relationship. Basically throughout the song, like, you know how it is. You give your 100 to somebody that's not fully giving you 100, or you giving everything to somebody that is pretending to give you everything, or
it's not being reciprocated.
No. So that's basically what the song was about. I gave my all to who I thought, you know what I mean, I was in love with, or who I love, but now that I see that, you know what I mean, after what I went through and stuff that I'm going through now, that wasn't real love. Like, so I was basically giving my 100 to somebody that wasn't giving me 100 back.
Right.
And she just divided my 100, so she gave me 50. That's basically what that means.
Okay.
I give you 100, you just divided that. You give me 50, and 150 don't work. It needs to be either 100 or 50-50.
Absolutely. Yeah, I thought, man, definitely. Again, I think that was probably the toughest bar on possibly the whole project. Really felt that one.
Yeah.
So next track, Madness. What exactly is the madness? Now I dug this song. It just like, you know, with the sample, real 90s feel. Like it feels like a throwback in 2018, in 2019. You know what I mean? So what exactly is the madness you're speaking about on this track?
The song that's sampled is Cool in the Game, Summer Madness. It's one of my favorite instrumentals, favorite songs ever. You can hear, a lot of people have sampled it before. You can hear when you first come on, like, okay. The most known sample, I think, is Summertime by Will Fresh Prince.
It's recognizable.
Yeah.
Like, you hear that and you know.
You hear it, you know, okay, all right. But that's the madness. This was the first song I recorded after my brother had passed away, and my life was just madness. Like, it was crazy, it was hectic, and everything had happened so quickly. I lost him quickly. I just was with him 2 days prior, and just everything was going on. It was
so
my first
fast.
song, fast. So in my head, everything. I say I can't stay focused through this madness, and that's basically what it was. Like, sitting there, I thought it's crazy. I thought of the hook as I'm driving to the recording studio. Okay. And usually that's what I do. Sometimes I'll write it out, but usually, like, I'm not finished writing my stuff until I actually get there. Yeah. A lot of people don't know that I'm not finished, so I'm adding stuff in there, blah blah. But that madness, once I heard this the sample and the beat. Can't stay focused with this madness, and when I did that, I was like, okay, I might have something in it. That's basically what the madness came from.
Got you. Yeah, I mean, you know, I think we all kind of go through that, where you're at a point in your life, things are moving fast.
Yeah.
You can't understand them. It doesn't make sense. Like you said, you were with your brother, you know, a couple days prior, and then, you know, everything changes so quick, and it becomes madness. So the song Free, this felt extremely personal and emotional. It almost felt like a letter you had to write, maybe to yourself or to somebody else, and just express something. So what exactly inspired this track?
Like you said, it was basically a letter to myself.
Okay.
I was basically telling myself that I need to free I need to free my negative thinking, my negative thoughts, free all the madness and the badness that's in my head. I need to free myself. Actually, that was one of the last songs I recorded for the album. I didn't think, I personally don't like it. That's my least favorite song from the album.
Really?
Everybody tells me, like, Free is like, oh, that's my song. I guess because I'm so vulnerable in that song. I don't like it so much.
Yeah.
That's
a lot of transparency.
Yeah,
and just like the cadence, how just the way it goes, you kind of feel with you, and as it goes on, it like I said, very emotional and personal, and that to me that one stood out as well. Now Rehab, another dope sample, man.
Yeah.
So again, shout out to your producer, Oscar Zulu.
Yeah.
Another dope sample. Are you rehabbing for something? And I think having a song like this is important for the Black community, because so often rehab and mental illness is something shunned upon. We're told like, it ain't real. We're told like depression and things like that aren't real. So are you rehabbing for something, or were you when you made this song?
Yeah, you hit it right on the nail. It's basically, this whole album is basically a mental health album. I guess I don't think a lot of people know that, but it's basically breaking down my mental health. As Black men, especially, we don't, like you just said, we don't really take the time out to address mental health, and it's a huge thing. Speaking from somebody that is considers yourself mentally ill sometimes, like it's a big thing. You need to check on the Black men in your community. You need to check on the Black people in the community, because we are told from a young age that we're supposed to keep that, and we have more things to worry about. But yeah, rehab, I was rehabbing from my mental thoughts, or my mental bad tendencies. I needed to rehab. That's why in the first line I say, check me in. I will not go through this again, because I don't want to go through this again. Check me into the rehab. I need to cleanse myself.
Rid yourself of everything you were going through.
And that sample, I always loved that sample. That's a Rihanna sample. I heard it when I was a kid. My mom had that Rihanna Reloaded CD, I think. And when I heard it, I always knew I wanted to sample it, but I just never could get it in the right pocket. And I took it to Oscar, and he's so great. Like he just knows what I want.
The track Gone. What inspired this song and these collabs? This was my personal favorite song on the EP.
Okay, yeah. This song was the first 8 tracks were basically telling you guys, or telling whoever listened, that I'm in my mind.
Okay.
I'm mentally, messed up in my head, and I'm trying to get through it. Gone was basically like, all right, we're not doing this anymore. We're going from this. I want to get rid of this. I want to move my family out to Cali. I want to experience what it is to feel real happiness and love, and I really want to do this. It was basically like a toast to my rap career. Like, let's get going from Delaware. Let's get going from the small box minds. Let's get going from this mental disability. Let's get going from everything, and let's find a way to make myself happy.
So, in a way, just starting over again, almost like rehabbing, ridding yourself of everything that came prior, and putting everything into like a new chapter. That definitely was probably my personal favorite song on the entire project.
Yeah. The collabs were super important. I just want to say that for the album. I really had to decipher, okay, I need this person on this song, or I need this person on that song. It wasn't a lot of features, but the features that were on there held their own. You feel what I'm saying? And my main guys, Trey Moto and Son of Gonzalo, I've been rapping with them since 2012 when we were young boys. We're in a group called So True. They were 100% being on my debut album, my EP, 100%, and they held their own. They bought what I needed them to bring to that song, and it helped make the song a great song.
It was fire, man.
J. Cole, he's one of my biggest influence. My 2 uncles, they rapped too before. They're the ones that got me into hip hop, and knowing that hip hop is a treasure, and you gotta treasure it, you gotta know your history, and if you really want to do this, and you gotta practice and learn and love it.
Study the greats, and even when I used to do music, I wanted to sing, I was writing songs and things like that. My dad would always tell me, like, I already did listen to like Boys to Men and guys like that, But he would always tell me like, listen to the Temptations, listen to the Gap Band and Stevie Wonder, guys like that.
Yeah.
So it's always important to you gotta know the history. That way you can then change the game, and that way you have something to draw influence from.
Yeah.
Because kind of coming in naked like with nothing, I feel like you can't really be innovative or revolutionary because you don't know where the game came from. You know what I'm saying? So you might just be doing the same old thing, and it's not anything new. So then you don't stand out.
Yep.
So knowing the history of any craft that you're in, dancing, singing, rapping, writing, producing, making movies, anything important to know, the history and. So you can draw inspiration from and have references that you can put into your artwork, into your content,
right,
that people will then recognize and appreciate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't necessarily want to be signed to any record labels right now because I think the indie wave is very great. I've chanced and a lot of indie rappers have just off the muscle just got their music out. But if I were to sign to any two people, it would definitely be Kohler or Lamar or Kendrick. But Jermaine, man, that man, he literally changed my life. Like, I say this a lot of times, like, he's taken me out of dark places as a young kid, not being able to express how I feel. This ties back into black communities and mental health, express how I feel to certain people in my family because of the mental health is so shunned upon. He took me out of that zone, and he really like molded the man who I am today. And it's crazy. He's not that much older than me, but he's definitely like a big bro. I mean, I don't even know him, but if I ever met him, I would. He's probably heard it a lot, but if I ever met him, that would be the first thing I would say. Like, you really shaped Seth Malik into what he is today, and I know he would appreciate that.
Yeah, I remember being in high school, man, and I actually at first didn't like him. I don't know, I can't remember exactly why. I don't know why, but then I heard Lights Please, and that's when everything changed.
Everything changed, yeah.
And if I'm not mistaken, that's actually the track that Jay heard that made him want to sign Cole.
Yeah, I think so.
So I think that's ironic.
Yeah.
But definitely, man, like he got me through high school, I feel. He, to know that, he was like the only rapper I heard talking about education.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He was talking about how important it is to finish high school, then go to college. And like one of my favorite bars by him is "My mama taught me to speak like you got a college degree."
Yep.
And so he, and how he used education as a vehicle to get him to where, to the destination he wanted. He wanted to get to New York, so he got into college, St. John's University, and getting into college allowed him to be in New York, closer to home, whereas, and that's how he got signed. He was standing outside of buildings, waiting for him, and he said that on Born Center. He said he handed him his CD and, said, I don't want that shit. You know what I mean? So, him putting light on education and making it the cool thing, making it, okay. Like we knew Wayne was a good student and, stuff like that. We knew he was like a straight A student, and I'm pretty sure he has a psychology degree and like 2 Chainz as well, but we don't really hear it in the lyrics too much. So to have somebody to come, straight out and just be like, yo, I use college to get me where I needed to go, because had he failed, he would at least have a degree.
That was his whole thing, and I like that you brought that out. He definitely used college. He basically finessed.
Yeah.
He used college to get to New York, just so he can have his, music pop off, which he needed from Fayetteville. I mean, you're really not gonna get popping out there unless you know J. Cole.
Yeah.
You feel me now?
Yeah.
Like, I've gotten so many and I'm not shit yet. I've gotten so many.
You getting there, bro?
I've got so many people hit my DMs or text me and say, "Yo, this song right here has changed me," or your music, it really inspires me. Like, it's a crazy feeling to feel like that, because when you're making the music, you're just doing it for you. Like, you're not thinking that it could touch somebody else like that.
Yeah, you're not trying to like pander to a certain crowd. Yeah, a certain crowd or whatever. You're just being you, being honest to yourself, and speaking your truth.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's when you reach people.
Yeah.
When it's as real and as raw. Because again, bro, your entire EP, you know, that's why the title of it is so accurate and so perfect, because we literally get a peek in your mind.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So we get to know you, the transparency, the things you go through, and we hear that through artists like J. Cole, when he talks about how his mom used to be on drugs. We hear that about Big Sean, talking about, you know, how he was raised by his mom and grandmother, and you know, even early Kanye, the transparency in his life, and early Jay talking about how his father wasn't around. So those are the guys. And Eminem, man, you know, we just talked about this before we were recording. How his first like 4 albums was just like his whole life pretty much, and we still kind of get that from M. But the transparency and getting the peek into the artist's life allows you to connect with people, because then they realize like, yo, I'm not alone. They go through this too. Like, oh, I thought I was the only person. You think you're an island, you think you're alone, and you realize, oh man, this big rap star, he has that same issue, but he has all this money, and you know, he has all this fortune. You know, you would think everything's cool, but when you show that, yo, I'm human too, that's when people respect you, connect with you, and that's when your music really resonates with people.
Yeah, I feel like you hit it right on the nail. I feel like I've always been like, I guess, an emotional person. Like, through my music, I've always put my emotions through my music. And just recently, I would say like before I put this EP out, or even when I was doing the EP or whatever, I had to realize that is what really connects people. Your true feelings. Sometimes I was shy away from writing exactly what I felt, or try to like manipulate it so they can't see that I'm going through something, because you don't want people to know that you're going through stuff. But within the last couple months, it's been a surplus of people around me, especially my best friend Tyler and my girlfriend that have really like showed me like you can be genuine, and that's what people like. People like genuine, real stuff, because you don't think people are going through the stuff you're going through, like you said, and they're going through it. The same things.
Especially us as men, we're taught, you know, toughen up, don't show it, you're being soft. And I've even gotten that from people, like from doing this channel, telling me that transparency is what they respect, giving an honest opinion and an honest look into my thoughts and ideas and things like that. So that's what people will always appreciate, always connect with, and that's what creates good content. So lastly, I want to ask you, you did drop another single recently, another dope song. But when can we expect something else from you, like another project?
I was thinking July. I got a date and everything. I don't want to tell you guys a date yet, but the beginning of July, I've got on my got back to my producer wave. So most of the songs on this next album will be mostly produced by me. And I think sometime in July, beginning of July, is I'm gonna drop my next project just for the summer. So y'all gonna have something to listen to in the summer. It's not gonna be as depressing.
Okay. Got you.
It's gonna be a little bit more upbeat.
Yeah, you kind of got out what you needed in that first one.
Yeah.
So now you want to
transition. I can't keep
a different tone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Looking forward to that. All right, so that's all I got for you guys today, bro. I appreciate you coming on.
Thanks for having me, bro.
Hope to have you again next time you drop something. Guys, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and to share this video. And again, in the description below will be the link to Unities, who made this hoodie that I'm rocking today. Was not paid for this, paid for this my own money. I drove up to Philly and bought this hoodie. And the Instagram to the store I got it from, the Movement, will also be in the description below, so you guys can check out all the brands that they have in their store. Thank you all for watching. Hope you keep coming back to the channel, and I'll see you guys next time.